Hey, don't swipe away, friend. So, here's the story about this one, about a budget class gun. This is the name right here. See, if you catch my drift, this is what the story is about. This $40 tool saved my wrist and did the job 4 times faster. Something like that. Alright, let's go. Let's watch. Hey, what are you doing there? Hey, stop. Don't swipe. Listen to what I want to tell you. Today the story will be about this, and I'll compare it with that. Well, I'll quickly tell you what it has and what it doesn't. Let's look at the first thing. The silver button. To push the rod in or out, to change the cartridge. Just like this. Then it has this trigger button. The working button, which is pretty cool. When you release the button, it pulls back, removing the pressure from the cartridge. Well, it prevents that last bit from dripping, but you still have to be careful. So, you can switch speeds. Let's see. First, second, third, fourth. Each LED tells you which speed it's on. And that's the pace it goes at. Okay, so much for that. Then it has another feature like a light at the end of the rod. Like this. It's quite bright. Finishers would be very happy with that when working in a dark corner. Can it be disassembled? This right here is the pin or catch. The lock. Turn it like this. It can be taken apart, right? Taken out. Inside you can see it has a thread, so you can also screw in a tube. But I somehow bought it without the tube. That was my mistake. I was in a hurry, I really needed it. So that's the one I ordered. Well, with the tube, of course, it's more expensive. How can you clean it? Well, it's very simple to clean everything there. You can clean it all. It's been cleaned more than once. So, alright, let's see what it is. What it's capable of. Let's get to work. This is thick mastic, this roof mastic. I usually cut the tips at an angle. Well, I like it that way. It's easier. I'm only worried about one thing. That it won't work on speed one for me. It's thick. The hole is small. Everything might leak out here. Through this cylinder piston, it can push out. This thing is quite powerful. So, small hole, lower speed. Let's see. It came to me. Well, how could it have come to me? The story started 1.5 years ago. It was autumn, somewhere around October. Something like that. Well, we had to glue large neobond sheets, about 120 by 140, with milled corners. Milled and folded. Right? Logically, you hold it with one hand and you can't squeeze that manual silicone gun. The gun moves around, you know. But with this, you just pull it along. And you can even hang it on your belt. The employer didn't have the chance to buy one. He had already spent a lot, bought us a Milwaukee riveter. At that moment he didn't have the money, it hadn't been transferred. The usual fairy tales. But anyway, never mind. The work had to be done. It was already started. You can't just leave it, you had to do it. So I ordered this. And the work, I can tell you, went, well, maybe 4 times faster. Of course, you draw the line, put it down, set it, rivet it, done. All the tasks. So, from experience I can say it paid off. It has worked on 2 other private objects, doing the same facades with smaller sheets. So it has earned its keep, as they say. And those tubes, well, the tip was already cut quite a bit, and there were no leaks or mess. On speed 1 you can see that the anti-drip doesn't work well because the pressure is too low when it pulls back. So be careful. You can see each line getting thicker and thicker. Usually, for a tube, you just cut it here. Otherwise you might have trouble. Look, you can see it has completely pushed out. See? You can see it pushing out. The hole at the end is too small. The hole is too small for that. So, keep that in mind, especially if the mastics are hard like this one. I doubt I could push that mastic with this gun. That's why I also got some acrylic to compare. This tube is trash now, and as they say, it's dead. So, how can we clean it? You can see the gunk inside, which needs to be unscrewed. You should do it in times, so it doesn't dry up inside. So it has its pros and cons. In any case, it's not like squeezing by hand. You can take it apart and put it back together the same way. Need to clean this. Ideally, you should spray the inside with silicone so it doesn't stick, you know. Everything clicks back. What shall we compare it with? Well, of course, finishers know this one well, cheap, but old and proven. As they say. I don't do much finishing work, but I know finishers do miracles with those manual guns. I must say. I'm more into installation work, mastics and such. Alright, let's see what this one offers. I'll try with one hand to be fair. Let's see how straight I can squeeze it. Ah, I can't even do it with one hand. It's quite hard and turns out uneven. Let's say, that small corner I could draw nicely. Yeah, the fine lines go better, but still uneven somehow. I think if it were thicker, this is some silicone. But if it were a thicker mastic, I wouldn't even be able to push it with this gun. And if I had to squeeze out 200 meters, first this gun would fly away, and then my hand would give up by the third tube. So, conclusions. Likely, if you've watched this far, you've been patient enough to watch my work. So, the conclusion, a simple one, at least as I see it. What this silicone gun is intended for. My take is, it's budget class. It's cheap, so you don't feel bad if it breaks. It does its job, especially when the volume of work is larger. Let's say you need to push out not just 5 or 10 meters, but maybe 80 or 180 meters of a really stiff mastic, then it's very useful. The work goes faster, and in my case, the work went faster and I saved my hands. If I had to squeeze that volume by hand, I'd be on medical leave by the third day treating my wrist. Something like that. Alright, you've watched this far. Hit like, write a comment, and if you want, follow, because I'll probably make more videos like this. Okay, enough watching. Let's go. Yeah.